In late August 2021, a woman was standing in line for Top Thrill Dragster when the train was coming down its hill, hitting the brakes, and a piece of metal called a flag plate flew off of one of the trains, struck the woman in the head, causing severe injuries. Now, obviously, from that time, Top Thrill Dragster shut down, and the whole ride was in limbo. No one knew exactly what was going to go on with Top Thrill Dragster after that point. People speculated, people thought it would be torn down because it injured someone severely. And we did a video all about how so many rides that people aren't even aware of have injured people and had accidents and even killed people, and they still operate. So we didn't think that Top Thrill Dragster was going to close down because of this unfortunate accident. But then me personally started thinking about all the maintenance issues. Now, Top Thrill Dragster was a very expensive roller coaster to build, but what sets it apart is that it was a very, very expensive roller coaster to maintain. Cedar Point looks at their rides as far as cost goes as per rider. They look at their yearly maintenance cost, and then they say how many people rode it this year, and then they break down, okay, it costs this much per rider. Top Thrill Dragster was by far the most expensive roller coaster per rider to operate. So for quite some time, they've probably been thinking, hey, we need to fix the issue. And the issue was the hydraulic launch system. Now, Top Thrill Dragster is a launched roller coaster. It has a hydraulic launch where it takes people from a standstill, 0 miles per hour, all the way up to around 120 miles per hour in about 3.8 seconds. Anytime that you've been to Cedar Point and you walked up to Top Thrill Dragster, about to get on it, close down. You get in line, you wait half an hour, you wait 45 minutes. Sorry, we're closed down. Now, the reason that this happens so much because of that hydraulic launch system. So it was because of that people started thinking, okay, they'll probably keep it open, but they're going to change the launch system. And that seems to be the pretty much the consensus of what most people think. They're going to change the launch system to what's called an LSM, which is a magnetic launch system. It's not as powerful as the hydraulic, so it might not pack the punch that people are used to, for people that have ridden Top Thrill Dragster in the past. So it might not pack the punch, but it should be good enough to get a train from either 0 or just rolling at a few miles per hour all the way up to around the 120 mile per hour mark that it needs to reach the top of a 420-foot top hat. Now, while everyone kind of agreed that an LSM was going to be added in place of the hydraulic launch system, what happened after the launch, that was what a lot of people were debating about. And people are still going to debate about it for probably the next year. I'll get into that in a moment. Now, some people think that Top Thrill Dragster, in order to become this new reimagined ride, has to have some dramatic change, which would include a huge layout change after the drop from the top hat. Many reasons why we don't think that will happen, because they took all the track and shipped it off. They stored it neatly and shipped it off to be retrofitted with new, what we assume now will be new launch system and new brakes. And if they were going to change the layout, then they probably would have just scrapped all of that track altogether, because they were going to have to change a bunch of things anyway, and that track would become useless at that point. There's really nothing showing that there's going to be a layout change. So Top Thrill Dragster Reimagined will 99% chance just be that LSM launch and then straight back down, and really nothing change after the top hat. So the reason I say that is still up for debate is because we still, to this day, don't know exactly what's going on, because there hasn't been an official announcement for what Top Thrill Dragster will become. But today is Monday, January 9th, 2023. This is exactly 20 years after the original Top Thrill Dragster was announced. Now, a while back, November 5th, I believe, of this year, or of last year, 2022, we did a video all about our prediction of when they may announce Top Thrill Dragster, the new Top Thrill Dragster. And they didn't announce Top Thrill Dragster until January 9th, 2003.
2003.
And we thought January 9th, 2023 would be perfect because it was the 20-year anniversary. Now, I remembered back to when Top Thrill Dragster was first announced, and I remembered not hearing about it officially until later in the off season, when normally you hear about things at the end of summer. I looked into it and I found that I remembered correctly. It was into the off season. It was January 9th, 2003, whenever Top Thrill Dragster was officially announced as the new ride at Cedar Point. So we thought, hey, wouldn't that be really cool if the new Top Thrill Dragster is announced on the same day? So today, Cedar Point put out a video, and I wouldn't really say it's an announcement. It's a teaser, whatever you want to call it. But they did announce not much about Top Thrill Dragster. Basically, here, I'll show you guys the video. So there you see the video, and unfortunately, they say that the announcement or the new ride will be in 2024, and I really did not expect that. Unfortunately, this is a new Cedar Point. I really feel like the old Cedar Point would have just rehabbed it and got it out and open in time for the new season, but it looks like Cedar Point is going to be using this new Top Thrill Dragster as their new roller coaster for 2024. So that pretty much means that we can say goodbye to any chance at a brand new ground up roller coaster being built for 2024. So it looks like the earliest will be 2025. Now, this is upsetting because I feel like this is just a maintenance issue. This isn't a new ride. This isn't anything like that. It's not even like Rougarou changing from Mantis, where you change from a stand up to a sit down coaster. This is basically just a new launch system, and it's being done for maintenance reasons. If the hydraulic launch system wasn't a complete maintenance nightmare and cost them so much money to maintain, then there would be no way that they would have done all this. They wouldn't be dropping all these millions of dollars into refurbishing this ride if they didn't have to. They're only doing this to save themselves money in the long haul, year after year on maintenance. So I feel like a ride being done for maintenance shouldn't be counted as a new roller coaster. But it looks like Cedar Point disagrees with me. And that is why I call Richard Zimmerman, the current CEO of Cedar Fair, I call him the wrong Richard, because Richard Kinzel, the CEO of Cedar Fair up until I believe 2013 or so, he was the one that built everything and made Cedar Point what it is. And I don't believe for a second that the old people in charge would have used a ride that had maintenance done to it. I don't believe, and I mean, it's going to be a lot more than that. It's going to be new trains, possibly a new theme, possibly a new name, whatever. But it's basically all being done for maintenance. I don't feel like the old regime would have done that, would have used that as a new ride for an entire year. But it is what it is. Nothing that we can do about it. We just have to roll with whatever Cedar Point decides to do, and they decided to keep Top Thrill Dragster closed for one more full season until 2024. So that's it. That's their big announcement / teaser, whatever you want to call it, from today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time on Beach Cliff Studios.